just an avid watcher, someone that just is interested in the hobby, likes watching it. I did that for years before I ever got into it. We're updating the EDC 40K giveaway. I thankfully have 23 entrants, but I want to get up to 40. We're going to the end of the month, but I might keep going until you guys talk enough people in till we have 40. I need 40 for 40K. That just seems, it just works. So who do we have so far already? We got Phantasm Industries, Grouchy Lenny, Elijah Carney, Rusty Spoon, Welsh Lockpicker, Richard Jones, Texas Rebel, Nightmare, Dots Locks, Fighting Lockpicker, Wild Billiam, Mr. Not Too Dead, how you doing? Crow Llama, Mark Carter, Lock Saga, Lockpicking Hippie, Rock Out with Your Lockout, Lockpicking Paul, Bumpy Bones Locksport, Magic Man 5 Locksport. I gotta go check him out some more. Go check him out. Greyhound Picking, Nola Southpaw, Eagle, The Jeff Knife, Mr. Jeff and Things, and Labs. That's who we got so far. And this is just, guys, I'm just going early, man. This isn't the official Shackman After Dark. We're still going to go on at midnight. I'm just jumping in. I wanted to go over that. I wanted to talk about the little bit of stuff. I got a very tiny little bit of like EDC survival shit going on. But I'm starting to get into that journey, man. And a lot of you guys are really into that. So, show you what I got. And then you guys can kind of, guide me from this point forward, man. That's kind of, what I need you cats for. So my boy Not Too Dead's in here. Elijah Carney's in here. Rock out with your lockout. Thank you, brother. It's good to see you. It is addictive. It is addictive. Well, you like to be prepared, man. I mean, I'll tell you right now, man. Like I told you, I lived through Hurricane Ike and aftermath in Houston, and I mean, it fucked our neighborhood up and our situation up, and I wasn't prepped in any way. I didn't know how to prep for a hurricane, and I wasn't prepped at all. So, luckily, I had a few things here and there, enough charcoal, and yeah, I could do some shit and figure out a way to like make coffee and cook some food and fucking filter some water and just some various things and make do with a lot of shit that we had. So, uh, and that's where, and I here, even here in, Michigan, man, we've had like, big storms and polar vortexes and stuff that's shut things down for a few days. And I've had things happen with, my heat's out in the winter or my power's out in the summer or, whatever. So you got to kind of be prepared for whatever's going to come along. Chuck Soup, what's up, brother? This is weirdly one of the first things in. I use this constantly outside. It's just a little kitchen knife. It's got a nice little plastic sheath or whatever you want to call it. It's just basic ass kitchen knife. But I use a lot outside when I'm grilling. So I threw that into the, camping and hiking. And as I do that kind of shit, that's going to go into that. I bought my first knife. I've got a Moroccan. Everyone keeps calling it a Mora though, so nice hard sheath, so I can't fuck that up. Nice. I like the handle. Actually, here's the one thing I would like. I would like there not to be blade right there, and I would like to have that little nub to hold on for handling, which I can't do, or I'm gonna slice my fucking finger up on this knife. But I don't know if you guys know of a knife or knife brand or a fixed knife that kind of, I don't know, the way it's set up will fit me to use it that way. I would like to get something like that. And not that I don't like this thing already. It's a pretty fucking cool knife. So I guess we kind of got to do a little bit of knifey knife. This is the out of the package sharp. So yeah, pretty decent little cut. I'm getting into some paper. Okay. Getting some paper there. I'm more worried about is doing some nasty stuff with it, so I'm probably gonna bust this out. Do something like sharpen shot pencil. I don't know if this is like anathema, if I'm not supposed to be doing this kind of thing with this kind of knife. Sorry guys, but I need a working knife. It's gotta take some abuse. So there we go. Nice little sharp. So already, I mean, for the price, I got this from Hardcase Survival. Hardcasesurvival.com. It's the brother company of Southern Specialties, lockpicktools.com. It was like 17 bucks or something like that. On Hardcase, if you use the code Never Forgotten, you can get 10% off any order. And on lockpicktools.com, if you use the code PICKME, you can get 10% off any order. So they're a couple good companies, great guys. Alright, so what the hell else, dude? Like I said, very, very little bit. I'm a newbie to this whole thing. I do have one other little knife. This was sent to me by Snake Picks. I do love this little knife, man. This is very convenient for crafting and dicking around with stuff at the desk and messing with stuff. And I actually like the wide blade, you know, on the short knife. Because again, I like to get my fingers up on there, and it gives me the control that I feel like I feel better with. So I just like that kind of. I'm not going to do that, obviously. I'm going to fucking slice myself up, but I don't have enough knife to do that anyway. So my natural inclination is to grab it like this, and I use it in that fashion. So I do appreciate the wide blade on that. I think that's a cool little knife. That is a what is that? A cage? I guess that's a cage. I don't know if that's the brand or anything like that. That information helps anybody who's into that shit. Marissa Johnson. Mar. I have my warded picks and a comb. And of course a handcuff key. You gotta throw those in it. Everywhere, every kit, everything I have. Just because when you're out, I mean, I've done it for handymanning and subcontracting and cleanouts and demolition. When you're out, whether it's suburban, urban, or rural, you run into a lot of old locks, man, like on gates and back doors and garages and shit like that. So just all the kinds of adventures and stuff like that, it's good to have a set of this shit. I got to expand that shit that just goes with this. I always have lock picks, all that stuff in my pocket. I got a whole lockpick, you know, case full of shit that I take with me, or case of cases that I take with me. On the green, I like that, man. It's a nice little. It's got nice little, you know, crisscrossy, grippy on that. So, all right, what else do I got in this thing? I like this case. This is like 12 bucks or 14 bucks or something like that off Amazon. They got an upright version, and then they got like kind of a sideways version. I forget the name. That's like their fucking sponsored shit. But man, it really, dude, it's well made. It's good canvas. Everything's sewed up tight. It had these little clasps here that, you know, snapped here, and this little latch thing is just fucking stupid, so I cut that off. That's one negative. So rocking, I got a little phone bank. I think the solar charger portion of this probably sucks. I only did like one good test with it, so I gotta try that more. But you can charge it from the wall. It's got, where the hell is it? Where's the light? Oh, there we go. It's got a decent little flashlight on it for emergency purposes. It holds, I think, about twice my phone's charge. So just as a backup phone bank, it's been helpful for driving around and things like that. Like I said, I got to figure out the solar charge. I'd like it to be properly solar chargeable, but if it doesn't, you know, whatever. And then over on this side in here, I do have a nice LED flashlight. It's got the, you can kind of direct the beam or open it up a little more. I've been using this a lot in a crawl space under a house doing some work. So it's actually pretty good light. I've had to expand up from there for more light because I got to go deeper under the house. I do have a couple cables, mainly for the phone bank thing, charging for the phone or devices. In here, got a little bit of, oh, Not Too Dead, I think you sent me this. Got a little backup batch paracord, nice bright color. I have a 6-inch ferro rod on the way that I'm throwing inside of this part too. And as I expand and get a few more cases and a backpack and all that shit, stuff will, you know, I'll move it out, move it around. But right now, it all collects up pretty nice in here. So down in this part of the pouch, I've got the rock out and the little rock out homemade survival kit. Got a little fire kit in there, striker, matches, some duct tape to light on fire if necessary. Rock out and his son made this for me, so very thankful. We got a little fishing kit in there, some string, hooks, bobber, worms, line, all that shit. So got that in there. I've got a nice little sewing kit from Fiskars. It's pronounced Fiskars, not Fiskars. If you call them on the phone, they will correct you. I don't even know how to open that. Anyway, it's got a nice, that's a sweet ass little pair of folding scissors, if nothing else. Then I got some thread and some needles and that shit in there. I have also soap. I have these little sheets of dry soap. It's an antibacterial soap. Just add a little water, lather it in your hands, get yourself a little wash on. So easy little carry around. I've got a little fire kit of my own. This W3OY Ray, what's up, brother? We got these little, I don't even know what you call them, like fire tinders or whatever. They soak, they light the fuck up. And then I got my little striker that lockpicktools.com made for me. You can see my skull pattern engraved on there. So Mr. Swamp Picker, Elijah Carney, if I didn't say hey, how you doing? And then, oh yeah, I do have a handcuff key tool in here, of course. Hey man, wherever I'm going, I'm gonna need that. And then in the last pouch, just starting to add some little tools. I don't have much in here yet. I do have this little basic little knife and saw tool, which is usable. I have it in here to use it with the ferro rod that I have on the way, just as a backup. Little backup knife, little backup that, and then I got the little mini Gerber dime. I love this little tool. This is a very handy little desk tool. And it's got scissors, a couple screwdrivers. What else does it have? Oh no, a couple little knives. Shit. Alright, there's the scissors. I don't have fingernails. I bite my nails, so this shit sucks. Got a couple little screwdrivers in that. And then over on this side. There we go. Nice little knife. Nice little, like, yeah, box cutting utility kind of tool. So I like it. And I have this. You can get this at Southern Specialties and Hard Case Survival as well. I do not have a gas mask yet. I used to, but when I had a gas mask, it was not for gas masking. It was for smoking pot. I'm worried about putting all this shit back in there, unless it fits now. And then I'm starting to build up my first aid kit just by putting this all together. I started figuring out, you know, what I don't have, what I need, what I want to get, that kind of thing. Yeah, hit the like button, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, that's just a little pre-live. I'm going at midnight, do some handcuff stuff. We're gonna be doing our natural Shackleman Cuff Club kind of operation. I just wanted to talk about that. I wanted to go over, if you weren't here at the very beginning, I went over my list of entrants into the EDC 40K giveaway. I want to get 40 entrants, so I'm 17 away. We got to the end of the month. Unless we don't hit 40, then we're just going to keep going until we hit 40. So that's what I need. That's what I need out of this. That's my ego's boost. You know what I'm saying? Dead man. You know, it's crazy. That's I was talking to my son because I got a bunch of stuff, this case and some stuff, knife, and I'm sending to my son. And we were talking about what to have in tourniquet. We were talking about it, and he was telling me, get this type, don't get that type. This company's like, he had some information for me just on that. I was like, offhand, I was like, yeah, I need to get a tourniquet and that. And he was like, okay, I got information. And I was like, oh shit, I was not ready. All right, y'all. I'm going to bounce out. Thank you for stopping by. Come back midnight Eastern Standard Time, Shackleman After Dark. I got to make a store run. I got to get ready, which means I just got to have a few beers before I do this. I'll talk to you guys in just a little bit. Come on back.